The man, just to teach a thief a lesson, actually used an internationally banned move, the Argentine backbreaker. If this continued, the thief would undoubtedly die. However, in the face of Jotaro's persuasion, the man still did as he pleased. Helpless, Jotaro had no choice but to take action against his own brother. Only then did he save the dying thief. Little did he know that it was precisely this action that made Kakyoin want to kill him. When the three of them came to ride the cable car, Kakyoin pretended to take Jotaro's cherry. In fact, it was to push him off the 100-meter high viewing platform. At the critical moment, the little girl took action in time. Using all her strength, she barely held onto the 200-pound Jotaro. After the sneak attack failed, Kakyoin made an excuse, saying that he was just joking. To cover up his lie, he even showed off some stunts. Seeing the other party's strange behavior, Jotaro also thought of Kakyoin eating beetles today and trying to beat a thief who was unarmed to death. All signs indicated that the Kakyoin in front of him was not himself. To verify his idea, Jotaro decisively sent a sandbag-sized fist. However, even after being hit like this, Kakyoin was still showing off his stunts in his mouth. This made Jotaro even more certain that he was not Kakyoin. The exposed Kakyoin stopped pretending. It turned out his true identity was Yellow Temperance Rubber Soul. He was ordered to take Jotaro's life. The reason he was so confident was because Jotaro's hand was already stained with his mucus. In a few days, the mucus would engulf Jotaro's entire body. The angry Jotaro wished he could immediately send the other party to see God. However, at the moment he attacked, his fist was firmly locked by the other party. This was something Jotaro never expected. The other party's strength was so great, so he decisively jumped out the window and ran away. This was also the first time in his life that he was beaten to the point of fleeing the scene. It was evident how terrifying Rubber Soul's strength was. The reason he didn't pursue was because he knew that Jotaro would be engulfed by the mucus in the next 2 days. Waiting to die was not Jotaro's character, so he planned to use flames to melt the mucus. However, the moment he touched it, the mucus quickly spread. This made Jotaro guess the characteristics of the mucus. Since it likes heat, then it must be afraid of cold. Therefore, he set his sights on the boy eating ice cream on the cable car. The next second, he leaped up and jumped onto the cable car. He took such a risk just to snatch the ice cream from the boy's hand. He thought that he could solve the mucus on his hand like this. Unexpectedly, when the mucus encountered cold, it instantly turned into ice spikes, piercing his palm like poison needles. Just as he was at a loss, the girl opposite spoke, indicating that this kind of mucus was not afraid of cold or heat. It had no weaknesses. Before Jotaro could figure out what was going on, the beauty tore off her disguise. The other party turned out to be Rubber Soul. Jotaro immediately summoned Star Platinum to attack. Since the other party dared to catch up, he naturally had long been prepared. Jotaro didn't expect that his mucus could also be used as a shield. What was worse was that the other party's mucus firmly locked Jotaro's iron rod. Even if he used all his strength, he still couldn't twitch. Rubber Soul seized the opportunity to launch another offensive, using mucus to lock Jotaro's entire body. Just as Rubber Soul thought victory was in his grasp, Jotaro said that he still had a trump card he hadn't used. Then with one punch, he blew up the cable car and jumped into the water to escape.